So, good question though. Are you sitting in the
By the way,
chair?
you know we're live, so
Yes.
okay. Just
Hello, live. Are you
hello,
sitting in the new
people.
chair?
We're waiting on Danny. He'll be here soon. So in case anybody's wondering, so as soon as Danny's here, we'll start ranking stuff. But what were you? You had a question?
Are you sitting in the new chair?
No,
No. Okay.
new chairs over there. I
Over there.
can't. It would be so obvious if I was sitting in it. The thing looks
Okay.
like a capsule.
You just have a smile on your face then, right?
um, so let's see. I can't see the chat while I'm trying to find
All right.
the info. So who
I've got the
else?
chat up. All right. So, see. Oh, wow. Stan was in there hours ago talking about stuff.
Was he really?
Yeah. Anthony Mark. Well, where no live stream has gone before. Ben was in there an hour ago. Stan was still in there an hour ago. Anthony Mark was in there. Oh, there we go. Greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Guess who that is?
Oh, it must be Mike Richards.
It is, yeah. And then Miss Moneypenny with the always dependable greeting to everybody who's in there when she shows up.
Miss Moneypenny is addicted to emojis.
And apparently, I'm the one who's late,
You're late?
according to Thomas.
Okay.
You know what? We need to do a life according to Thomas. There's a set of videos. And let's see, 47 Yorktown. Hello, my New Brunswick homie. Oh, he's even dishing out the French there tonight. Howdy, bonsoir.
Somebody speaking French?
Yeah, yeah. Someone's speaking French in your chat. I don't know what you want to do
I'm
about
not
that.
happy about that. Why am I not seeing my own email?
Yeah, Bradley Briggs is in there.
Hey, Bradley.
The gorilla from the Middle Earth is there. Trustin. Hey, Newfoundland. How's the rock? And not the one that's cooking something.
Yeah, how's the rock? I don't get it.
Newfoundland, the nickname for it is the Rock.
Oh, is it? I did not know that.
Oh, there you go.
Well, so I learned something today.
Yes.
Isn't that special?
Yeah.
Let me move over here. And I'm just doing this so I can set things up while we're waiting for good old Danny.
Yeah.
Share screen, window. Oh, and actually, this needs to go over here. Share. And shoo. All right. So now we can clear all the stuff from last time. And Ariel says, "Here's my ranking system. If they don't have tentacles, then they're an F." Well, since it's TOS, you're gonna just have to rank everything as an F then until you get to the animated series, in which case everything is an S.
Almost everything.
Yeah, there's tentacles everywhere in the animated series.
Yeah.
Thomas says, why when you copy Blu-ray onto your computer are the episodes out of order? I don't know, and that drives me freaking crazy.
I don't actually have a TV show on Blu-ray yet to do a rip, so I've not encountered that.
Yeah, I've run into that. Like when I did the Battlestar Galactica rip. It did that. And it was,
now I do know there are some DVD collections of TV shows that they are absolutely out of order.
Mm-hmm.
But that only happens on like one every other disc or something like that. It's like if you got this huge like 10 season thing, and once in a while there'll be a disc. It's like somebody fell asleep at the keyboard when they were making the original pressings or something.
All right, Star Trek.
Star Trek TOS.
If Lore Reloaded were here,
and then just put TOS in brackets at the end just in case he sneaks in, because that'd get his attention.
Did I miss? It's original doesn't look right. Is that
Orig? Oh, you're missing the I after G.
Like that?
Yeah.
Man,
Saison 1.
Wood.
Wood. So Thomas said he just bought The Expanse on Blu-ray, and it sucks the episode title isn't on the episode. Yeah, that never happens, unfortunately, when you do the rip.
Yeah, it just says, file
Like,
1, file 2, file 3.
Yeah, or some iterated set of numbers of some kind. Yeah. You know what's frustrating with The Expanse right now is I don't think you can get all 6 seasons on disc yet. I think you can only get up to like season 4.
I was going to say, I thought what sucked about what's frustrating about The Expanse is that it sucks.
Oh, you be nice. You know it doesn't. Oh no, they're all the way out to season 6 now. Yeah, $63 for season 6, man. That's $10 an episode.
Whew. That's ridiculous.
That's a little spicy. I mean, I'm sure once I can, take my foot off the brake on the monetary world, I will probably indulge just the same. But right now, no, I'm good. I have Amazon Prime. I'll watch it there.
All right, so I now have all of the episodes queued up. They're kind of in random order, so that's fine. But
yeah. Oh, Thomas means like in the episode itself, you get the text on the screen. So when you're like, if you do like the quick watch the first 3 minutes of the episode to try to figure out what it's about, if you watch a lot of stuff like TNG or TOS, you get the name is right on the screen right after the commercial break.
And to answer, I saw Alex Bogey's in there and I was asking if the cage qualifies. I don't know about qualifies, but I did include the cage. And Jason disappeared on me. Hopefully he's okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm only gone if you see a spinny thing in the lower right corner.
Right. But I mean, he disappeared suddenly, so I thought maybe there's a problem in paradise there. But yeah, so I did include the cage. Spoiler alert: I ain't gonna rank it very high. I think the cage is garbage myself. But
really,
yeah, I can't stand it. I know you like it because it's so white.
I mean, it's not awesome, but
it's crap.
There's some pretty rough episodes of season 1 as well.
Yes, but there's also some pretty awesome episodes in season 1, including the best episode in all of Trek.
Yeah, I know. I love how you go on IMDb and it's like everybody just absolutely rated the ratings for. That's terrible.
Balance of Terror.
Balance of Terror, yeah, because it's like 8.9 out of 10 or something like that.
Chief Cook says, "What TOS or TNG or Deep Space Nine episode would you like to reboot or remake?"
Whoa, what? Reboot or remake?
Boy, that's a tough
honestly
one.
I would redo Shore Leave.
Well, with better visual effects or something?
Yes, because and less really, really clearly period affected foolishness. Like it's like the whole medieval dinner theater was in full swing at the time or something, because that's how half of what they had going on in that episode felt. So yeah, you could. Oh, you're shaking your desk a little.
Sorry.
Yeah, because just the way it came off was kind of goofy. Or things like, obviously they used stock footage for that World War II aircraft,
right,
and stuff like that. So you could fix stuff up like that.
No, I could see redoing Shore Leave. Yeah. I might actually consider redoing even where No Man Has Gone Before, and having Gary, when he gets his powers, to be really awesome and scary.
I thought you were going to say so they could fix Kirk's headstone.
They could, yeah, you could fix Kirk's headstone. You could give him the proper uniforms, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm really thinking about what Gary could do, what Gary Mitchell could do.
Yeah.
He was basically a god by the end of it. However, the visual effects were not all that impressive, and
No.
so it would be cool to actually see him wielding that power. You know, same thing with Charlie X. You know, which I do think it's funny that his name is Charles X, and he has psychic powers.
When did the Xavier character come into existence?
Right about that same time, actually. Let's see. If we look up X Men, man, I cannot. Number 1. Let's see. Not the movie. Let's see. In mint condition, it's worth about $500,000. Yeah, Uncanny X. Okay, so X-Men came out a couple of years earlier. X-Men number 1 came out in 1963. And that episode aired in 1967, I want to say. Or is it 60? Let's see. Or is it 66?
It would have been 67. That was when it came
67.
Because the show ran 67, 68, 69.
Okay. Well, no, but it was 66, 67, 67, 68, and 68, 69. So it was 66 then.
But
Because-
still, it was
Because
after.
Charlie X was one of the very first episodes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So what
But it
is
was after.
66? But it was only 3 years. That's not that long.
No, but I was kind of wondering if it was maybe the other way, and Stan Lee is a secret. He's a closet Star Trek fan or something.
And Chief Cook on finally a rare occasion where I agree with you. I think redoing Balance of Terror would also be cool. Put good visual effects on that. Problem is they would end up. I mean, I hate to say it, but they would end up doing it kind of like what they did in Strange New Worlds, where they make the ships way too close to each other. And I don't like. That's just something they do in modern Trek a lot. Like starting in TNG and moving forward, where they want to have multiple ships on the screen at the same time. So the ships are only a couple hundred meters apart. And they should be thousands of miles or thousands of kilometers.
Yeah, I wish. Can you turn your speakers down just a smidge?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I should be wearing my headphones. Let me grab those.
Yeah, I can still hear me. Oh, you're plugging in.
Okay.
All right. I was going to say one of the things that I'm impressed that they were able to pull off without it being too disruptive to the viewing experience was maintaining the obscenely long distances between ships in the Expanse.
Yeah.
And really, for me, that's just an easy go-to, just to say, if you can do it there and you're still watching this show on the quote-unquote small screen as opposed to at the theater big screen, then it does prove that Star Trek and Star Wars could, if they wanted to, adopt that same kind of philosophy for how to put the ships up on the screen. And I think it would make it better in a way that they don't think, or that they have yet to be able to admit is possible. There we go. Because obviously shows like The Expanse, or even if you watch some of the stuff, I think, because I only got halfway through Farscape, and I do want to finish it, but Farscape and some of Stargate Atlantis, because there was a lot more ship fighting in Stargate Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
They let the ship fights happen so that you could see a lot of ships at great distance from each other, even though it meant that the shots required the ships to be physically small on the screen by
Right.
scale, but it also was, complemented by occasionally you would have like a close pass together or something, but then they would spread back out to typically thousands of kilometers away, or at least hundreds of kilometers away, as opposed to this whole right on top of each other business that you get in.
And speaking of, so Ben One Eye says, isn't 10 clicks supposed to be maximum fire range? Heck no.
Oh man, no.
Yeah.
If you look in stuff that's canonized, including
Well, just
in
go to
T
the
and
Changeling. The Changeling, they in the opening sequence, they fire on Nomad at 80,000 kilometers.
yeah. Or I was going to say, I can't remember the name of the episode, but the one with O'Brien and his old ship captain.
Yeah.
And they have the tactical display up for when that Nebula class ship absolutely eviscerates a Cardassian ship, and it's at stupid distances, like tens of thousands, like hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Because if you read what's accepted as canon, for the most part, I think, is that like torpedoes and phasers have stupidly long ranges, like 300,000, 600,000 kilometers.
In the original series, it seemed like maximum firing range was somewhere in the order of about 200,000 kilometers. And that 200,000 kilometer limit wasn't the limit of how far the phasers could go. That's just how well the computers could track an object and target it.
Yeah, that would make sense to a limited extent for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's way far and beyond like what you see in Star Wars. Of course, is
maximum range in Star Wars
it's
is
like 100 kilometers if you're lucky,
If
unless
that.
you're
Not even that.
carpet bombing a planet or something like
60.
that.
Because if you look at, I actually did the math for which because they did a good job at showing it to us in Return of the Jedi, or not Return of the Jedi, in the Last Jedi, where you had that gigantic ship that was 60 kilometers across, and its maximum range was about the same as the width of the ship.
Mm.
And the reason you could tell that is they had an overhead tactical display that showed the ship and the enemy ship, and they said the enemy ship was just out of firing range. So it made it so you could calculate all this. And before people say, "Oh, but the tactical display wasn't to scale," problem is that you could also look out the window and see the enemy ship. So yes, it was to scale.
It was sufficiently to scale,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't perfect.
Yeah, because if you can look out the window and see them, you are stupid close as far as space is concerned.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the easy way to put it is imagine like the ISS, including all of its solar panels, is foolishly huge.
You mean the real life ISS?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Thomas, Danny's coming. That's actually why we're stalling right now.
Yeah, we're just
waiting for him to show up.
It's the all new scheduling. Yeah. We're getting it worked out.
Danny's, hey, and I let me say this before he gets here, just between you, me, and our audience. I am very proud of Danny because, he's doing something he's never done before, which is to hold down a real job.
Yeah.
And, if you think about it I know to most of us, it's like, well, that's easy. It's easy because you've done it your whole life.
Yeah.
And so if this is your first time, that's a heck of a jump. And so Danny is trying, he's genuinely trying to make a radical change in his life. And he's succeeding so far. And a lot of it, by the way, I'm going to say it, has to do with you guys encouraging him. Me and Jason have been encouraging him. And, I'm really proud of the fact that he's done so well. Is he going to stumble? Probably. Am I going to make fun of him when he does? Absolutely. But, like I said, just between us, I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of the fact that he's doing so well. So
I was about to say, I'm Canadian, and that's the only thing wrong with me, and you still make fun of me.
Yeah, well, man, that just brings up a list of things that's wrong with you. And Thomas, no, I'm not sure Jason didn't have the Vegas Mafia kidnap him, but I can't prove that they didn't.
No, I definitely don't know anybody there in that particular line of work.
Sure you don't.
I know some call center people.
So you just admitted you do know people that did.
No. Well, the problem is I'd like to send the mafia after those call center people.
So what have we learned so far today? If you piss off Jason, he will send the mafia after you. So be very, very afraid.
Maybe yes, maybe no. But where we were before we were praising Danny.
I don't know. We're just
stuff and
randomly
things.
talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And Miss Moneypenny says Danny used to work at Allstate.
Yeah, but that was like a long time ago.
Yeah. Alex says we're boring him with technical details and we should be talking about.
Yeah, I saw that, Mr. Bogey.
Yeah, philosophy. And
no, that is definitely not the right. This is not the right show for that. Although I'm sure.
Sometimes I talk about the philosophy of Trek, but
Sure, but I mean, I am sure if we all of a sudden decided that we were going to have a little bit spicier of an episode out of one of the two episodes a week, we could light it up, but I don't know if I need that much stress.
Want to start talking about Trump? That'll get people going.
I don't want to start talking about anything, and you can find enough people to get them lit up.
Yeah.
But anyway, actually, you know what we should? I'll fill the time with. So
yeah, what's up?
We'll go back to the funny little incredulousness that you had over the Cybertruck being a danger to the occupant.
Well, no, I just didn't understand. So how was it a danger to the occupant?
So everything that our fathers would have taught us, or the vehicles that came before us when we were just kids, meaning like before our time for driving, was big, heavy, big, good, bunk, bunk. Very wrong, very, very massively wrong. Some of the most unsafe cars ever developed were based on the principle of basically being a veritable but not literal tank.
Okay.
What has long been learned is that the cage around the passengers should be as impermeable as absolutely possible, but everything else up to and including the door panels themselves are to be totally sacrificed to the benefit of the occupant. Right. That's also why if you look at some of these crazy cars from the past, you'd be like, oh, it's a big giant 4,000 pound, Buick, whatever. And you look at how thick the door is compared to how thick the door is on your average grocery getter today. The doors are insanely thick today.
Insanely thick?
Yeah.
I was going to say insanely thin.
No.
Most of the doors in modern cars, like if I go to the car lot and I'm looking at 2024 cars, the doors feel like they're made out of tinfoil to me.
But they're I know they're
30 years ago.
They're hung better and the materials are used better, but overall there's way more structure in the door. And they've increased the amount of resistance to side penetration from side impacts and all that stuff, because that's actually one of the worst, hardest things to try to no way, no friggin' way.
Wait,
hey,
I see
you, Daniel.
Oh, I see. And he had to actually change his clothes before he came on. So what a jerk. And so
hey,
what?
Oh, it's complaining because you changed your shirt.
Oh, whoa!
I just changed my shirt. That's all. Yeah, you can. I've been running. Yeah, you can tell. Sorry, man.
Like you're hot, like coming in hot.
Oh, the mic. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're okay now. It must have auto balanced. At first, it was like, whoa! I hear all the Danny.
So how you doing, Danny?
I'm exhausted, man. I know we're live. I see it on the other screens here. Yeah. Jason, can we switch back to Wednesday, Thursday? Friday's killing me, dude. This is the busiest day of my week. Monday and Friday are the busiest days for some reason. I mean, we can talk about it later if that's a hard decision. Yeah. But otherwise, I'm going to be late every Friday, man. And I'm sorry. I mean, it's a pattern.
Well,
I've been late.
Well, that's where. I mean, the easy answer there is I don't mind starting later. That's fine.
Okay, if you don't mind, then yeah.
No,
I
not
think
at
we
all.
should-
No, it's just easier
Okay.
for me to go Thursday, Friday, because
Okay.
it's actually kind of funny because typically my Friday peters out quicker, but yours doesn't.
Yeah, I might
at all.
want to, so I'm not running like I was,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
am
no,
dripping
no, no.
sweat. Maybe like
I
if
think
we can
that's
start
hilarious.
doing it at 5 on Fridays, then my time.
I'm thinking we should do it at 4:30 so that you're running all the time.
Oh, you jerk. Oh my God.
So, in all honesty, Danny, I was just telling everybody how proud I was.
I got this for you, Michael. Hold up. Got that just for you.
Excuse me.
What?
Do you see it?
I
Look right
see
here.
Hold on, let me. Can you bigify him?
Bigify me.
Where's the bigifier?
I got to find my double-sided tape to keep it here.
Oh,
Oh,
very
no.
nice.
That's for you. Yes.
Very.
Because you're all about the poop. You're all about the poop.
I'm gonna have to bring back the turd, man. I used.
I saw this, and I had to get it. Oh, super chat.
So, well, maybe you should read this one, Danny.
Unbelievable. What a asshole. What a press conference from the WWE last night. It was one of the greatest events in wrestling history. Shame on anyone who missed it. Go to hell. I did watch it, but I could have been there in person. Man, The Rock slapped the shit out of Cody Rhodes. I mean, people were texting me, but he actually, when I watched
he
it,
legit
he
clapped him.
slapped the shit out of him. Yeah, dude. Like it was, yeah.
It was almost like it was real.
Man, you can't fake that. I mean, he's a man, so Cody was just like, lay into me, brother. I mean, I know it's all pre-planned, but still, Jesus.
He was ready for it, but I
Yeah,
don't know how ready
slapped
you
the
can
snot
still be
out of
for
him,
some
man.
of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Whew.
But yeah. Anyway, the long and short of it, Mike, is there's the crumple zone functionalities in the Cybertruck are terrible.
So the
And-
Cybertruck's just built too rigid, is what you're saying.
Way too rigid. And to your thing that you were saying about the cut, like a lot of vehicles, regardless of it being Tesla or not, a lot of the doors and or hatches, front and back, have power close,
Right.
but they all have automatic reverse in case something gets in the way. Tesla, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Someone did the carrot test, and it cut a carrot almost in half.
Well, I probably wouldn't get a Tesla, but I do like EVs. So
Yeah.
So I wanted to clarify something that's really important to clarify, because Stan Lee, and I don't see it in the chat anymore, so it must have disappeared, because you know how people can participate in the chat like right away. So the day you posted these, Stan made a comment that, Dork Night's been busy. I do not want to misrepresent at all. That thumbnail with all of those really bitchin' posters for each episode, those are from an artist named Juan Ortiz. I actually have his book. This book is all of those.
We're going to be
posters.
using his artwork throughout the ratings,
Yeah,
too.
and so it's not my artwork; it's his. I want to give him full credit. He actually signed this to me, personalized it when I met him at the Star Trek convention.
Oh, that's
Super
cool.
talented, super cool dude. I love his
And
art
he's done
style.
he's done a poster for every single episode. So
Every episode. So I'll be
Wow.
using those in the next two thumbnails as well. So yeah.
Oh, and before we get too far in, I was cleaning
got?
up and rearranging.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I just
and-
realized the shelves behind you totally different than your usual.
Yeah, the one over here, that's
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
changed.
Mhm.
Oh, you
nice.
found your VHS tapes.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
like, wow, look at what I got downstairs. I had no idea I still had these around. I
That's
completely
awesome.
forgot.
If only you had a
You know those
VCR.
VHS, those Star Wars VHS tapes you have right behind you. I actually have those on eBay right now. I have those exact same ones. Got them posted for sale. So if
Yeah.
anybody's interested, check out my eBay. It's ebay.com/Daniel W. Ballard.
So I was buggering around and I figured, I'm just gonna bring those up and I'll just put them on the shelf over there with a few other more
Whew.
collected things.
I guess I should retweet the tweet from the other day to let people know we're live now that I'm here. Holy moly.
I just think it's funny that you texted me and were asking me to change the time because you didn't bother to look at when I scheduled it.
And it turned out
Yeah.
it was like some kind of weird, the universe knew.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a pattern. Yeah, I was telling him, man, Fridays are besides
By the way-
Monday, Fridays are my busiest day.
I also want to give a special shout out to James Woods if you're out there, our newest Patreon. So thank
Oh,
you,
nice.
thank
Oh,
you,
cool.
buddy,
Thank
for
you.
supporting the show. He just signed up a day ago. So thank you, buddy.
Oh, nice.
The James Woods.
That'd be cool if it was.
Yes, the
I
James
freaking
Woods.
you want to now. I don't usually swoon over celebrities, hardly ever. But for whatever reason, if it was the James Woods, I'd lose my.
That would be
mind.
That would be
I'd
awesome.
freak right.
I'm
You know, he had this
assuming
TV show that got canceled way too early called
Oh,
Shark, where he
I
was a
loved
lawyer.
That show, yeah,
I did too, man. I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was
it's
a
so
great
good.
one.
It had
actually
Danielle
had,
Panabaker in it as
and
his daughter.
7 to 9 was in it too.
Yeah, and yes,
Yes.
Jerry Ryan
Yeah.
is her real name. Yeah.
There was no way I was going to get that out as fast as saying 7 to 9. So,
But you know what I have seen is every single episode of the original.
It was actually a really good show, and they canceled it. Like, I hate those shows that they cancel and you don't get the ending.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like Almost Human is what gets me every time.
Yeah. Oh man, dude,
So, such a good
Almost
show.
Human was so good. With
Yeah.
Carl Urban. Yeah,
Yeah.
it pissed me
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
All right, so
I got to get some double-sided tape. Keep
we're-
this here
yeah,
for you.
We're going to be talking about Star Trek: The Original Series today, season 1, rating.
And I got
all the
notes,
episodes.
guys. I'm ready. So we ain't going to be waiting on me to give answers. I even got
Okay,
like,
so Danny, pick
notes
a number
on,
one
episodes.
between 1 and 3.
Man.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
3, baby.
All right, so then the first poster to go up is the Galileo 7.
7.
Oh, that's funny because that's the last one that I went back to watch because I
That's
really
the one where
couldn't
Spock
remember it.
Can't handle the pressures of command for
Yeah,
some
he
reason.
sucks
I-
donkey on command, just like wah wah.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Yeah.
I will say this: it's not a bad episode, but there's definitely some out of character moments there.
I gave it a solid B on my grading because I've already graded all of mine on my notes
Okay.
here. So not to bury the lead, sorry, but Thomas gives it an A. Michael gives it an A. Oh, you know. And guys, we're not going to review all these, otherwise we'd be here for hours. So
yeah.
I'd
We're
really,
just gonna be.
I was kind of hoping. I was
like-
kind of hoping if I got here early, I was going to tell Mike, you should just like say the one with kind of like they do on Friends, like the one with so and so, or the one where this happened, or just do that and that's it. You know what I mean? And then we grade it, and move on. But
the one with the inconsistently large Cro-Magnon man.
Yeah, the Cro-Magnon man that when you see him, he's 7 feet tall, but his shield makes it look like he should be about 50 feet tall.
so
Yeah.
Ben One Eye says C, but Anthony Mark says it's a good episode. I didn't expect Spock to suck. You know,
Spock was
you
good.
know.
Now, granted, I did like Spock at the end. Like his whole thing about
Yep.
jettisoning the fuel made sense. And then his little denial of it being an emotion.
And who
Oh,
was
yeah,
that
I know.
douchebag that was like, you're not human, blah, 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 like that little prick that was always,
I'll be honest. I tend to be with Trustin and Ben. I think it's a solid C, but it's not because it's not.
I'll
great.
agree with C. I wrote B in my notes, but I'll lower it to C.
Yeah, I'd be okay with C. I was going to say it's like a weak B. I think
Right.
one of the things that kind of annoyed me, like if the thing that would, if we want to downrank a little bit, I would say the thing that annoyed you enough that it was disruptive to the episode is worth bringing up. And I know I want to get the character.
I need to get
right
Juan's
here.
link because I didn't realize you were going to use him on the thing. I want to give that guy credit.
Yeah,
like
absolutely,
in the
absolutely.
description.
You
Yeah.
can find the link for it.
Boma, the science officer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he
He-
was a
The way
Sure.
that his character was written was terrible.
well, and the fact that Scotty and McCoy.
Oh my God, he's actually legit. He's on the Paramount shop. That's how legit he is.
Oh wow!
Oh
Wow.
yeah. His stuff is for real, man. You can.
Man, I met that dude. That's cool. Right on. No, he's a super cool guy. Signed the book to Danny the Dork Knight. I love it, because I've
Nice.
been the Dork Knight forever.
All right, so
right.
Jason, 1 or 2.
2.
All right, so next up is
So I'm going to put it in the chat for now. Later, guys, I'll put it in the description. But here's the link to Juan Ortiz's work.
Yeah, the episode.
The Man Trap.
Yeah, the episode that I'm in because it's salty.
The Salt Vampire.
Can't tell if it's you or a weird fish.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that is a weird picture, man. Some of these pictures he did are just out there. But yeah, so the Man Trap, the one where we find out that Bones had an ex who got
the one with the salt vampire. That's all you got to say.
The one, the one with the salt.
So my notes here, I put A-, B+. So,
Really, that high?
Wow. Well, yeah, man, because this is the one they picked to be the first episode.
This was the first episode aired. Yes.
And it was the first episode aired. However, it was the 7th, I believe. Hold up, I got the list right here.
6.
It was the snow. Yes, the 6th. It was the 6th shot.
Yeah.
Including the cage, if you include the cage.
Right,
The
which explains why they were a little more in character here than in some of the other episodes. But
I really wish they would have released them in production order, but
it would have made sense. But what are we going to put the Man Trap? What do you? Okay, so you think a B+?
I'll say B because I feel like you guys are going to grade it lower and you're going to probably pull me down.
Yeah,
so
I can't really go higher than a B on this one.
I don't mind B. I mean,
this is a great episode for Bones, man. Like that's it
was a good character development for McCoy. Not C, B.
Yeah, what's the chat say? Thomas says B. Ben One Eye says C. Dude, Trusted says D. Anthony says B. Yeah, Anthony says B. So between the average so far,
it looks like most people are agreeing with that it's a B. I don't know.
Yorktown says B. Okay, so
all right. So next up, this is the only one left in the first row. The one with the guy in the wheelchair.
So I put these together. Are you going to break up part 1 and part 2? Because I put them as one.
I do have part 1 and part 2 separate.
Oh, I can't do that. The
best clip show sequel episodes ever.
It is a really good clip show in that the clips were only used in this episode, so it was actually telling new stuff. However, remember, part 1 didn't have as much of the clip show as part 2.
No, but you notice what I said though is for a sequel pair episode.
Yes.
Which I don't think has ever happened. I don't think there's ever been a clip show ever that's gone through 2 episodes.
I can't. I can't differ. I watched this as one whole thing, and I graded it as one whole thing. Mm-hmm. So I can't. I mean, unless I just give them both the same grade.
Yeah, there's no point. There's no point in really splitting it up as far as.
All right, fine.
I mean, you could put part 1 up and then find part 2 and put it up afterward. But I don't really see. Yeah, it's not like. I mean, you could kind of if you really wanted to, but because it was such a tight story arc. They didn't understand what they were doing with 2-parters back then. So it wasn't like watching a 2-parter in TNG.
No.
So
because even a mid-season 2-parter, not like a season finale, season premiere, follow-up, the 2-parters were definitely better at setting this the split.
The thing I like about the Menagerie compared to most 2-parters, though, is that it feels like a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I watched it whole when I was getting ready for this,
as opposed to feeling like 2 episodes where there's the setup and the payoff episode.
Exactly.
You know? And I actually like that. I like the kind of glimpse we get into the pre-Kirk Federation.
Michael, we were just talking about it. I put the link in the chat. These are by an artist I met at the Star Trek convention in 2011. His name's Juan Ortiz. And I put the link to, he's actually a licensed Paramount artist. I didn't realize that. So
real quick, Jason, can you pin that link that Danny put in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll pin it on mine also. There we go. There we go. So it's pinned in my chat.
If you're interested in the posters, check out that link.
Yeah,
they are really cool.
They're really, and I have the book, and it's so dope. It's every post. It's just a book of the posters.
I'm actually thinking about you can order them individually, and I may get a couple to put on the wall.
But
anyway, so where are we going to put the Menagerie? I
Well,
think Menagerie is a solid episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, I actually wrote. I always found this episode boring. I enjoyed it upon this rewatch, but I still gave it a C.
Wow. Okay.
But people in the chat, we've got
Bogey
Alex says
it's an
A,
Trustin
Trustin says A, Planet X says B, Alex says B. I could be convinced to come up to a B, but I'm not giving it an A. There's
Jace,
no way.
What do you think of the Menagerie?
Believe it or not, my instinctive reaction is A, because the first time
Really?
I watched it, it was
wow.
As a kid.
Thomas says C.
Because I never got to see these until I moved out of the Great White North. Because we just didn't. I had 2 channels, not 3. No, I had 2. So my big thing was the original Battlestar. So I didn't get to see this in reruns until much later. So for me, it was weird because I was original series actor movies, and then I got to see more of the TV show, which was very. Yeah, I know. I gotta go do that.
Did you guys not go there yet?
Did you not
terrible.
See?
I tagged you guys.
I gotta. You know.
So
what?
Why don't we do this? Okay. So
I did my search for Spock review this morning, so it's on there already.
So why don't we do this? We'll put part 1 as an A and part 2 as a B.
All right, I'll allow it.
But yeah, the reason why this one stood out to me so much more was, for whatever reason, it felt more, I don't want to say 80s in a negative fashion, but it felt more modern storytelling to me at that point, because I wouldn't have seen this episode for the first time until like 85 or 86. Like, I really did not get to see the original series stuff until even later than you.
You're younger than me.
No. I just never had access to it. Like, I never even saw it till after Danny.
I might be younger than everybody, but thanks to my mother, who I believe is in the chat. Love you, Mom. She had all these on VHS.
Yeah, Danny.
And
Danny
I watched these.
Me.
Like, my earliest memories are watching Star Trek. I had this football toy box that I would empty out and get inside and pretend it was a shuttlecraft.
Yeah, I might not have even actually seen any original series stuff until 86.
Wow.
Yeah, because it wasn't until we had cable and we had NBC out of Bangor, and it was
my earliest memories. I had to be 3, so this would have been 82. But I'm sure she had me watching them in diapers. I'm positive she did.
So yeah, that's why I say for me it's very, very strange for me, because I saw some of the original series, and then TNG came on in the fall of 86, and it was just like,
you know what I loved about TNG is we would watch it as a family together,
or fall of 87, whichever year it was.
And I love that. That was some of my favorite memories, because my dad was kind of an asshole back then, but he was cool for the hour we would watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, So
all right, so this next one, if you didn't have fun watching this episode, you have no soul. But it's the one where Kirk goes bananas. The Enemy Within. Yes.
I love this episode.
Shatnerist.
I literally wrote, love this one. However, there's no Uhura in this. Yeah. And for some reason, they haven't introduced shuttles yet, because there was such an issue with getting
they were stuck on the
Sulu and the guys off of the planet.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was weird. But I gave this an S, and I circled it like multiple times.
I would give it an S, but it has to be unanimous to get S.
I would be fine with giving it an S. I was going to say it's an A at the least for me, but I'd be fine with giving it an S.
This is a great
other than
episode.
The poor Cocker Spaniel in the goofy outfit. It was a very good episode.
Yeah, and they kill the poor thing. Yeah. But this episode, I always, for some reason, how in Star Trek V, Kirk's like, I need my pain. I don't want to get rid of my pain. I need my pain. For some reason, I always Mandela effect it, thinking it's from this episode, but it's it's what I mean, because it's a very similar kind of thing, because he needs his dark half to be the command, to be a good captain,
right?
I really do love that this episode.
So if this next one, if you don't give an S tier, I will punch you in the face. The introduction of the Klingons.
Errand of Mercy. Hold up, I'm going to be honest here. I gave it an S. It's the one with the Organians. It's the one where Kirk and what's his name? It's Korg. Not. Is it Korg?
Korg.
K-O-R.
Yeah.
Kirk and Korg actually at the end of this episode, like, are arguing, like, with the Organians on the same, like they're
on the same.
They're
side
agreeing
of
with it. Yeah, it's so good. It's so
stop it. We want to fight each other.
Yeah.
No, this is a total S for me anyway.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. The buddy who plays Core, which of course, as we were telling you yesterday, and you hadn't realized because you haven't seen it yet, but he played the big baddie in the original Battlestar.
Yeah.
He's a great Klingon, man. Smarmy. He's got the brow. You know what I mean?
See him as Baltar. He's even.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like, this was Baltar. This is definitely not my spirit animal Baltar.
Yeah.
This is
this is not
guy.
your spirit animal Baltar.
Well, and one of these days we'll get back to finishing
the remake,
the reboot. But Baltar is my spirit animal, and I need to make that shirt eventually. Yeah. But
all right, so next up,
at least that version of Baltar.
This one you can't call it anything but a classic. The one with
the devil,
the
pain.
Shag carpet. Yeah, the shag carpet.
Pain.
Yeah. The Devil in the Dark. Which one was that?
That's the one with the Horza. Spock's doing the mind meld.
The pizza
and he yelled. That's why I said. And he's like, pain.
Yeah, Spock mind melds with some burnt lasagna.
The miners are killing all of its babies. Come on, man. This is a classic. You know what's cool is I was actually a guest on a show.
If he had said Pizza Monster, I would have been all over that. I would have known exactly what he's talking about.
I was actually, and they let me simulcast it, but it got copyright struck because, and I'm surprised it didn't get shut down. They play the whole episode and we commentate on it. It's called like Star Trek Engage or something. They found me through a wrestling show or something and invited me on, and I was a guest on for this episode, so I'm very familiar with it because I just spent like 3 hours a couple Sundays ago.
Burned to a crisp. Yes,
Pizza Monster. Yeah, it's Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
All right, so what are we gonna give Pizza the Hut? I got a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I would give it S tier, but I got.
Hold up. I want to be honest. I wrote it. You know, where are my notes? Hold up. Where is it? Devil in the Dark. What's the episode number? Help me out here. There it is, 25. Oh, I gave it an S.
Jason?
Yeah.
Well,
I even put in quotes the one with the Horza. That's what I was hoping you would say.
I'd give it an A, but I wouldn't fight the S. I mean, I liked the episode. I liked a lot of the story beats behind it because I like the whole idea of, not carbon-based life forms, which is kind of
Planet
funny
X
because
says S. Melphis says S. Nobody else is voting yet.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. You're a healer. He's a patient. That's an order.
Yeah.
Alex,
I love that. I love that exchange. You're a healer. He's a patient. That's an order.
Alex, how is this episode preachy?
I don't know. Don't feed the trolls.
This is actually, let me say, no. Let me say this to Alex.
Now Anthony says S. Okay. Yeah. See. Yeah. Thomas. Even Thomas says S. Yeah. What fucking world are we living in? Thomas has been agreeing with us a lot lately. This is.
I know.
I gotta say.
Look for meteors out there, man.
I know, right?
For people that think like Alex said, this episode is too preachy. Let me say something about that because this episode is a conservative pro-life episode.
I mean, I don't see that. I just see don't kill the babies.
Yeah, but I'm just
well, I guess that is pro-life.
Danny says it out loud, and then it finally...
yeah, I had to say it out loud. Okay. Oh, Stanley says it's so woke. It's not woke, man. It's so baby killing is evil. It's bad, but not. Shit, I don't even want to say this. Oh, you're tricking me. Oh, God.
You see how it's a pro-life episode, which is funny because the original series was very conservative, and F you to Steve Shives and everybody else that thinks that conservatives can't enjoy Trek. All right.
Yeah.
So next up, the one with the crazy dude.
Dagger of the Mind. Yes. I just watched this yesterday. I gave it a solid C. It was kind of a shit episode in my opinion, but
it was.
I don't know if I would go down that low. I would give it probably.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's fine. That's okay. I mean,
this is the episode.
That's okay.
This is an episode that's commonly misunderstood. A lot of people thought Kirk was screwing his crew with Helen Noel.
No.
But even though that was just her fantasy.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It felt contrived. Like, really, it was that easy for him to escape prison. He just hides in a crate, and they couldn't tell. Like when they transport things, don't they get like bio signs and shit like that? I don't know.
This was one of those episodes that kind of.
I gave this a C because
it was
super chat.
Joe Biden, thank you, Mr. President. Says, I don't like how Jason is being treated. His memory is as perfect as mine. Lay off my friend Jack Hale Caroga. Number 22.
Hey, you know what, Joe? Go back to bed. Shut the fuck up and go back.
Hey.
Hey, Joe gave $1, so let him. He's allowed to stay up for an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah.
See, Thomas says D. He's being so. I would give it a D. Michael says C. He agrees with me. See, it's not a good episode.
I lean on the C because
I'll go C
because they got out of it way too.
Trustin
easily.
says D. See, I mean, damn, they're starting to change my mind. I'm voting D. I'm voting D. Yeah,
I don't know if I'd only go D if it wasn't for the
Chronos says F.
Sorry,
mother. I'm sorry.
Something good.
No, to get F, Chronos has to really trust me. There's a couple of Fs in here, but it has to be really bad.
Wow, Anthony Mark says B. Dude, I love you, but you're out of your GD mind. And yes, mother, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to self-censor. I apologize.
All right. So next up, we
had a long day. I woke and I'm sure Michael's going to be like, cry me a river. I woke up at 4 because of my cat woke me up and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I've been up since 4 a.m.
Danny, first of all, shut the F up because you're going to, after we're done, I want you to watch the beginning of this stream when I was talking about you and you will cry.
Oh, were you being sweet?
I was being very nice. I was telling everybody how proud of you I was.
Thank you
for holding down a job and doing what you're doing. I didn't think you could do it, but you've been.
I'm working on it, man. It's a task. it's hard.
But. So shut up. I wasn't. I was.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch it now. Thank you, man. That's sweet.
So now the one with Tranya.
Oh my God, I love this episode. Corbomite maneuver.
It's actually a pretty solid. I
gave it an S.
Really?
I gave it an S. Yeah, because Bones, and this is the episode that they reference in Star Trek V. I wrote this note here. Bones is in the sick bay, worried about something, and he says something to the effect of like, if they keep this up, I'm going to start talking to myself. And he says that again.
Yeah, he says it after he leaves the room.
Yeah. So I and this was actually this episode was shot. This is the second episode. This was shot after Where No Man Has Gone Before, after the second pilot.
Yeah, and you can tell based on.
And Kirk says engage, which I thought was cool. Yeah. Like that's
but you can tell like Spock is definitely the more hard Spock that we saw in the cage.
Yeah, and he's yelling every line. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Like I don't know if you noticed that, but this is the one with Clint Howard. How can you not give this an S? Come on, man.
I've seen a lot of A's.
For me,
Chrono says
A.
S. Chrono says S. Oh, come on. You said it had to be unanimous, so I guess.
And I gotta say A because of the fact that as much as I like it, Spock is definitely not Spock yet.
Yeah, he's kind of wonky.
No, he's not. And he's yelling at the camera. Yeah. Anthony Mark, yes. I actually had to write it down because it popped me. When he said engage, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know Kirk ever said that. Like I didn't remember him saying engage, so yeah.
All right, next up, the Shakespearean episode, The Conscience of the King. God.
The King. I did not like this one, so.
I thought this, here's what I thought was interesting about this episode. This is made in the 1960s, and the villain turned out to be a serial killer who was a girl.
I gave it, I don't know if you can see that, I gave it a C. And I felt like I was being generous.
I think C
Thomas says A, so I'm being an asshole if Thomas says A. Okay.
I was going to say, for me, it was only a B, I don't know if it was. Well. For me, what hurt was the actress that played the daughter. The role was weird, or she delivered it weird. It just felt
okay. Anthony says B
is as high as I can go.
Michael says B. Ben One Eye says B.
Hey.
Okay.
How can you give it a C when this is the episode that introduces us to the smooth jazz version of the Star Trek theme? where they're at the party and they're playing do 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 do. You know?
Yeah, that was real meta, wasn't it? It was real meta. Yeah, it was real meta. Doesn't make up for the rest of the episode, which was shit, but whatever.
I'll give. I think B is fair.
I will. Damn, Planet X says S. See, Trustin says low C. He's on my side.
Planet
Trustin's
X, I think you're
up.
smoking crack. As much as I love the original series, not every episode is an S.
Not every episode, although I do have a lot of S's.
Well, and when if you look at what was like the drama that was trying to be done in that episode in The Conscience of the King, and you compare it to something like There Are Four Lights. I just don't remember the name of it.
So Kronos, it's
not even close.
I hear you there. I consider myself a Star Trek aficionado, but I watched out of 29 episodes. I watched about 20 this week, and this is the best homework I ever had in my life. I'll tell you that.
You bathed in this, did you?
I did. I enjoyed it very much.
All right, we'll do.
Now, when we get to season 3, I might not enjoy it so much, but that's
actually,
okay.
Season 3 is better than most people think.
I hope it's better than I remember, because I am going to probably have to watch that whole season.
You remember those really bad episodes, but you forget there's some really good ones mixed in there. So it's not as solid as season 1 and 2, but it is really good. All right, so next up we have Charles Xavier, the origin.
Charlie X.
This episode always annoyed me. I don't know why.
Really?
I really don't know why.
You got ass smacking. You got Uhura singing. I give it a B on my list.
I don't know.
But
wait, you like Uhura singing?
I have dude. You know I got a crush on Uhura. Come on,
no. Look. I will straight up say I think that Nichelle,
Charlie,
back then was so.
Damn, Kronos says F. Wow.
I don't think it's an F. But I don't.
Anthony agrees with me. He says B. Ben One Eye says C. Thomas Potts says C.
I cannot.
I'm C myself.
Yeah, I'd say C is as high as I would go.
All right. Then I'll concede. We can do C. Yeah. Not an F. Planet X.
No,
come on.
It's not that bad.
No.
It's not last episode of season 3.
Dude smacks her on the ass. Come on. Am I the only pervert here? Jesus.
You're the most perverted here.
I was saying, let's remember we're all dudes and we can all be 5 years old real quick.
Oh my God, S+, above S. This is my favorite Star Trek episode of all time.
I can't read.
I literally
on the edge of tomorrow.
Edge of forever. I have a photo. I need to show you.
The one with Edith Keeler.
No, this is a great episode.
Yeah.
This is the best Star Trek episode ever. I'm going to have to show you guys. I have a photo up there, a really big one. My buddy Jason, I've told you about, who passed away. The whole reason I moved out here, that guy. We went to the Star Trek convention several times together, but one year they had the Guardian of Forever set up.
Oh, that's
and we've got this really bitchin' huge picture, and it's me when I'm fucking 400 pounds. I'm huge with my big beard, and we're both like pretending to jump through it. And I'll before the end of the show, I'm going to grab it and show it to you guys. It's up on my wall, or I'll probably just.
And by the way, for the record, it's the highest rated episode on IMDb at 9.
Dude, it's the one that it won all the won all the awards. This is like, if there should be a tier above S just for this episode. This is the best episode.
Out of 10.
S+.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. S+. Yeah.
Right.
No,
I love that episode so much.
Would you call this an S+, Jason?
I would definitely not fight it because it's a really solid story. And as a kid, I kind of whatever, but it didn't take very many more watches as I got older. And it's a really good episode.
It's the only episode of the original series that makes me cry. The only one. And I know that might come as a shock to you.
Yeah,
guys.
I bet you there are other episodes that make you cry. You're just not thinking about it.
No, I don't know, man. Like that.
I watched most of these episodes.
I mean, granted,
there's enough camp in all these episodes.
Kirk is like,
that
let's get the hell out of here. Oh my God, that was just like, that helped me stop crying when Kirk's like, let's get the hell out of here.
Even though this is not my favorite episode like yours.
Really?
But when Edith Keeler
what's your favorite episode?
It's coming up in a minute. But when when Edith Keeler gets run over, and you look at Kirk's face when he's holding Bones, you can absolutely feel Kirk's pain there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
William Shatner absolutely sells
Yeah.
it, and so
Why
I
are you
still
doing
think
this
it's
to me, Dad?
wild that was Joan Collins.
yeah, before she was famous, yeah,
Yeah.
you know. All right, you okay, Nanny? Can we move on? Or
That's the scene that gets me. Why'd you have to bring it up, man? God dang it, man.
because it's so good.
Well, it's 'cause
And by
it
the way,
makes
speaking
it-
of
it
so good,
wins.
okay, this is the episode that is so campy that it is awesome beyond belief. And
Is it
that
shore
is-
leave?
No, it's the one with the green lizard suit.
Oh,
Arena.
well, we all did this. We did this. We watched this.
Yeah, we did this
so-
together because of the whole Gorn fun because of
Yeah.
Strange
we were
New
watching
Worlds.
everything
Yeah.
before. So this is the origin.
what did I give it? I gave it an A. You know,
Really, only
On
an
my
A?
notes.
I would tend to go S, but what do you think?
It's an
I mean,
A only. Like
it's an
it's-
yeah. See,
Okay,
You can't go lower than an A because it's memed
It's an
and
iconic
parodied
episode.
and loved.
no,
and
it is
adored.
iconic, but
Yeah.
it's not an S to me,
No.
for me anyway.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
right.
It's not
So-
Run Silent, Run Deep in Space.
Well, speaking of which, so now my favorite episode of all time, and this is an S plus. I don't care what you guys say, and that is Balance of Terror.
No, it's a.
Oh my God, no,
won't
I
disagree
agree,
with that. I
100%.
won't disagree
This
with
is my
that.
second favorite episode.
And proof
Yeah.
that that it was the best thing they ever did to recast Mark Leonard as somebody else because he's
Yeah.
great to have kept
Mark
in
Leonard
Star
as the
Trek.
Romulan
Yeah.
commander was brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And the
another
way
reality.
that
have called you friend.
Kirk and the Romulan commander, you could tell they were equals.
Yeah,
And-
see, Anthony knows what's up.
Yeah.
S plus. That's right, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody. Thomas S. Alex S. Michael S.
Yeah.
Alex, you get your head right. He says B. Trustin A plus. That's fine. Planet X S. Yeah.
you know
Right.
what's
plus.
weird? I don't see
And
any.
yes, Stanley, there will be Fs. Trust me. Yes, we're.
You know
gonna
what's
get
funny?
off
You
those
say
rates.
that. Well,
You had a hard time.
I
did
only
you?
have one. I only have one F actually.
Oh,
Really?
I only have one.
Oh man, I got a couple. All right.
Really?
I can't find an
Okay.
award.
Oh, I can't
for,
wait to-
City on the
I
Edge.
can't-
By the way,
I thought
You can't what?
Didn't it win I thought it won a Hugo Award.
It won a Hugo, and I thought it was at least nominated for an Emmy. If it
No,
didn't
no,
win
no.
it.
Star Trek did not get an Emmy until the animated series.
No,
Yeah,
no. Leonard Nimoy won an Emmy, didn't he? I could have swore he did for Spock. Well, he
No,
won at least a
The- the
Hugo
orig-
Award.
the-
I know
yeah,
that.
the original series got no Emmys, but it did.
No,
get-
Spock. Oh, now you're gonna make me look it up. I'm telling you,
I'm
Leonard
already
Nimoy
on
got
it.
an Emmy.
I'm already on it.
You're okay.
I am way onto it. So let's see here. In '67, they got a individual achievement in art direction. Nominated. They won a Hugo.
I know.
for
Leonard
Best
Nimoy won an
Dramatic
award.
for The Menagerie and City on the Edge of Forever. Okay.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it's hard to find those award listings in IMDb. They're not.
I'm telling
easy
you,
to find.
Leonard. Maybe Google. I know Leonard Nimoy won. I thought it
Uh,
was an Emmy. He won something because he was the only actor that won an award
Well,
for Star Trek.
original series got no Emmys. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's right
Okay.
here. Yeah, the animated series got I think 2, and then the TNG obviously got a couple odd
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. All right. So, and of course, Threshold, the Emmy Award.
Oh,
winning episode.
Kronos, you might want to get that checked out, brother. Go to the doctor. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Anthony says Leonard Nimoy was nominated.
That's what. Okay, but he didn't win. Okay, all right. I knew Leonard was the only actor that had something to do with the Emmys. Okay, that's what it was.
All right. Next up,
Wow, that's so funny. This is my only F.
I have no problem giving this one an F. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Before we completely consign this thing, to
This is the
press
most
F for
boring episode.
disrespect.
This is the most boring episode. Even Thomas says F. Yeah, this is my F. This is my only F, by the way.
Alternative fat. I gotta go even.
It's
The
one with
alternative.
I don't
Lazarus.
even
It's one
remember
with
it.
Lazarus.
Lazarus, the with the guy that was like
He's
he had
jumping between
alternate
anatomy.
reality.
Oh
and
no!
one of them was
the
evil.
guy
One
with
of them
the
was
goatee
with the weird facial hair that was
Oh,
so fake
yeah,
and terrible.
And the
yeah,
hair
yeah.
was changed. in
Yeah.
every
Anthony
scene.
says F. Mark Michael says
You
F.
can straight
Ben
up
Winoy says
light
F.
this thing on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a terrible, the
See,
worst
I told
episode.
you, Stanley. Even though I love the original series, yeah, there are Fs.
Yeah.
And that is
Something I want to mention too, just on the on passing.
Yes.
Watching a few of these episodes, and I did it through Netflix, but everywhere on streaming is the updated edition.
Where do I
100% sold on having absolutely as much of the updated exterior stuff?
I told
as they
you.
did.
I told you. In fact, I got lucky until I realized that Salty had them on his Plex server. Shame on you, Jason.
Yeah.
I was watching them another way, and a couple of the episodes were the original non-updated, and it was like Corbomite Maneuver, for example.
Yeah.
I watched that the way it was made in the 60s, and I was
it's
so
better
happy.
in the 60s.
It is, yeah. I don't like the updated.
Some of the effects,
one.
yeah. I'll tell you, the worst one that took the biggest hit for the updates for the new visual effects, in my mind, was also one of my favorite episodes, the Doomsday Machine. I think that the shots of the Enterprise flying over the Doomsday Machine and firing phasers on it look horrible.
What was the episode? I just watched it. The episode where the planet was getting smaller and smaller, and so it was
the Naked Time.
The Naked Time. So I just watched that one. The updated effects in that.
Yeah, the original effects in that one were not bad. So
yeah, I would have rather like that one. I watched with the updated effects. I would have rather watched it with the original because it just took me out of it.
Speaking of the original, here's the original, The Cage.
Oh, I didn't know this isn't canon. I didn't know we were gonna. I didn't even.
I put it in there just because he made a poster for it, so I figured.
I didn't even take notes of this.
Yeah, but you've seen it.
Clearly, I have because I have the VHS of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you. I got nothing nice to say about this.
Yeah,
so.
I would give it a D.
Truthfully, it is a bit of a D because actually, you know what's funny is considering everything we've learned about Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, it makes it even worse.
It explains why so much of this episode is the way that it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
his obsession with sexuality.
Well, and
I was gonna say F, but I will allow a D.
Yeah, I mean, and misogynistic and whatnot. But I mean, I don't necessarily want to call it an F because of the fact that everything we got was kind of
Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek was born in this, even though
it wasn't. This almost killed it. It was almost DOA because of this episode.
No, but like
if it weren't for Lucille Ball,
hold on.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
This was the birth of Trek, but it was a premature birth that required time and intensive care.
Yes,
and that's how we got the
because we got Nimoy, we got the ship, we got the general setting, we got there's a lot.
Thank
of
God
stuff
they
we
kept.
did get.
Thank God they kept Nimoy. Hey, IT
Why
guy.
did I say Nimoy? I thought it was.
How do I upload? How do I upload a like? You guys taught me this once. How do I upload a video I want to play? What tab?
Well, if you want to if you just want to play a video, you can use.
No, I want to upload it like I did before.
Oh yeah, go to layers and then go add new layer.
Add new layer.
And then on media.
Media file.
Media files. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then in there you go upload new.
Now, if I've uploaded it before, will it be in there already?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I delete it because I need space.
You might have deleted it.
No, I don't think.
But if you named it reasonable, then you can use the search to find it. So.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, unless do you need me to wait a minute or?
No, go on. No.
All right. Oh, and thank you,
chats.
Alex. So Alex is a misogynist. Excellent.
Okay. Oh, well, there we go.
I don't understand. Look. I actually like Jeffrey Hunter as Captain Pike overall. Although Anson Mount is Captain Pike.
Yes.
But I don't understand how you can say this episode is awesome, because this episode is like one of the most boring episodes in all of Trek.
It is. It's a snooze fest, man.
Oh,
Come on.
and it's exceedingly dated. I mean, it's enough to say that Star Trek is dated because of budgetary reasons, but the writing and the attitudes and the delivery and everything in that episode is so incredibly dated.
Yeah, and Thomas, I agree. Alex just likes all the diversity in the cage, because everybody is
So-
in that one.
Yeah.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank today's sponsor.
Oh.
Today we celebrate the first
Somebody
glorious
fix that.
anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We created for the first time in all history a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of a contradictory thoughts. Unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
Nearly
Yeah, I
40
think it
years
actually
ago,
stayed down.
we were promised a brighter future, something vastly different from Orwell's 1984. Sadly, what we have been left with is a near carbon copy of the novel's warnings. We are at a precipice. Do we continue to endure the propaganda, to be told how and what to think, or do we strive for...
All right, so
That's fine.
yeah. So, although
Criticless.
that's not a bad promo, but they need to update it so that it's 2024. It is 40 years. After
24.
Yeah. Which is amazing. 40 years since 1984. Oh my gosh, I'm old.
I know, man. It makes me feel old. It must make you feel ancient. Jesus.
Yes, I was a teenager in 1984. That's
Wow. Yeah, I was a baby. Well, I wasn't a baby. I was 5. But, you know.
all right. So let's continue on, or else we're never going to get through these. The one with with Nurse Chapel's ex.
Yeah, I actually got confused when I was talking about this yesterday. This was not the episode I thought it was. I did watch this last night.
Now, for
And,
whatever weird reason, I actually really
Why didn't he
liked
ever
this
come up-
episode.
Why didn't he ever come up with because this is an Android episode.
Yeah.
They never referenced this again. And Soong, Doctor, like you would think they would at least reference this guy once,
You would think, but they
Is it
also
Dr. Corby, I think.
Look, this is one of 2 episodes where they talk about how you can transfer a human mind into an android.
Well,
yeah,
and-
which is
and-
exactly what they do in Picard, and they
Right.
never reference this guy.
But don't
Like,
forget
so-
that it was almost like this was some kind of lost art, because the people that lived on that planet
Are long dead.
are long dead, and the only one left was the big dude. I can't think of
Rock.
his name right now.
Rock,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock.
Ruck.
If you
And,
smell what the Rock.
well, considering how old he is, I don't want
I
to smell
wonder
what
if
he was
that's where
cooking.
the Rock got his name from. Seriously,
It's
you know what?
not spelled the same though, so
Yeah, but
Yeah,
even
yeah,
so,
yeah.
I could see Dwayne Johnson being a fan of Star Trek, and
yeah, maybe.
calling.
Well,
Cody
he
Rhodes
did
is
play in
actually an
episode
open
of Voyager, so he
fan.
does like
He
Star
did,
Trek
yeah.
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying
That's
you
true,
like this
yeah.
episode. I like this episode.
I actually like this
overall.
episode. For me, this is an A, and maybe it's an A because of nostalgia,
I'm looking
but for whatever reason.
Super Chat.
And Alex Bogey, thank you so much with another $4.99. Says the cage had the best concept of aliens as a metaphor for how bad it is to watch too much TV. Picnic in front of city with one Matt painting. Okay,
All right. So
let me say this. So since he did spend $5, so
fair enough. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna refill my drink. You can look at my ass while I do that while you talk.
I really don't.
Yay!
Okay. You know what? Then I'll turn my camera off.
Yeah, because knowing you might actually show us your ass, so we don't need that. So let me say this, Alex, is that I think I don't get that message. I don't know if you do, Jason. The idea that
No.
the message is that you shouldn't watch too much TV.
No,
Where are you
I don't
getting
get
that from?
I don't know.
From what episode is he saying that's the
The
message?
Cage.
The Cage.
Oh, I don't get that at all.
No, I know, and it's not. No.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that. You don't have to super chat.
I think there's too much modern era projection going on to an episode made 60 years ago.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, now I will say this: the idea of the Telosians is an interesting one. I will grant you that the good aliens, but wasted. Yeah, I think you're right, Thomas. Alex has been watching too many old Mikey streams.
They should have brought back the Telosians, and I guess we still have a little bit of hope with Strange New Worlds. Maybe they'll bring them back.
Well, we saw the Telosians in Discovery, and they were actually that was not a bad episode for Discovery.
Well, okay, what episode? Like what season? Because I probably didn't see
season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Well, then I should have seen it. Okay.
Yeah, Burnham took Spock back to Talos because Spock was going space crazy, and the Telosians could help him.
I've tried to delete Discovery from my memory banks. It's
but no, I think the Telosians were a good concept for aliens. But other than that, there's not much I like about that episode. But thank you for the $4.99, Alex. I do appreciate it. Even if I gotta agree to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah. So you guys are not gonna like me. I put here C/B. Is what I put for what Little Girls are made of.
So you're thinking C/B. I was thinking probably maybe a low A.
See, I lean hard on the A, and I just
really,
because,
I can't give it an A, dude. I can't.
Hey, look,
this is the episode where Kirk is holding a giant cock. You know that, right?
Yes. That's the best thing about it.
I have an irrational enjoyment of this episode. I don't know why.
All right. So, guys.
I'm like you got to put if you give it an A, you better put an asterisk because that's I protest. I protest.
By the way, just so that you know, it only gets a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
See, I'm not,
which is really more like a B.
See, look, Mom says B-. Kronos, yes. Have you not seen the memes? They're everywhere.
I used it in the past. Yeah.
I mean, like if it goes lower by your guys' score, that's okay. I'm just telling you.
Okay, I can go as low as B. I'm not going to go down to
B.
C.
Is B is the highest I'm willing to give it.
Because that's fine. I mean, because I've admitted my like for the episode has no real basis other than I've really liked the episode.
Yeah, Alex says C.
I don't know why.
All right, well, that's okay.
Send me a meme, son. Mom, do you really want to see it? I mean, okay, I'll find it for you.
So, Where No Man Has Gone Before, the second pilot.
I gave this what?
I was gonna say with the other timeline Kirk because wrong name.
Yeah, James.
No. You know what's funny? If you watch Star Trek Continues, they actually say they have a line that was like the poor bastard even forgot my middle name or something like that. I actually really do like Star Trek Continues. It's pretty good. It's a fan-made series.
We'll talk about that another time.
One of these days we should review that. That would be cool.
Right now we're talking about Where No Man Has Gone Before.
I put S-/A+ is what I wrote in my notes.
Really?
I like this episode. Well, I like this episode. It's the one that they should have F the man trap. They should have released them in production order. This should have
actually been the first episode.
It is a better, it is. Yeah, it does feel awkward that it's out of place because you meet Gary, who is Kirk's best friend for years and years and years, but we never saw him before.
Yeah,
which made no sense.
I'd be fine with that going into the A slot, but for me personally, it's just a really strong B.
I'm okay with A.
Because I found that it was for how early on I knew that it was filmed. And
see, look at this. Anthony says A+. Come on, guys. Planet X says B. Ben One Eye says B.
Hey, we went
Kronos says B.
Yeah, we put it in A. We put it in
A.
I'm just saying for me, it's like a really strong B.
Yeah.
But like, because it's good storytelling, but it was still in that era where they were trying to find their sea legs.
Right.
So I don't know. It's like some pokey edges on it.
Right.
Wow, Trustin says S. He loves it. Okay.
This side of paradise, Spock gets high.
Hold up.
This is the one when the
Hold up.
flowers blast him in the face,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh man, this one, Scotty's not in this episode, and this is I actually wrote this line here in quotes. For the first time in my life, I was happy. That broke my heart.
Yeah, but
That broke my heart when Spock said that.
I did a short on that because I said, Spock must have forgotten about all the other times that he was happy. Because,
No, but he actually got to enjoy being in love, and that poor girl.
No, I get that.
You know.
But if you look at Spock from other episodes when he's smiling and joking and laughing, no,
well, I wrote S. I might allow an A. I literally wrote that. S. I might allow an A. I actually really like this.
This is one of those episodes that you can't help but enjoy because it's campy Trek. But I can't give it an S. It's not like that good, but I don't mind an A on it.
It's like, I didn't want to, Jim. And he's hanging from the tree. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'd give it an A.
Yeah.
I mean, it's goofy in certain ways, but I would definitely give it an A from a good story.
All right. Well, I tried, Mom. My mom agreed with me.
Ooh, Planet X does not like.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know what he's talking
about.
Wow.
I think that's a bit.
That's kind of rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah.
All right. So our time travel time tomorrow.
Tomorrow is yesterday. I gave this one a B. And they referred, instead of, this is because they're still early, United Earth Probe Space Agency instead of the United Federation of Planets.
Yeah, there's so many little oopsie doopsies here and there.
Yeah.
Because they're, like I say, they're still finding their sea legs on this.
The reason I gave it a B was because I was like, so when they slingshot around the sun on the way back and they beam the guys in, like, what do? Replace them and like kill the one, because like the dudes have no memories.
There's no real we don't know what the heck
that was so weird.
They beamed them into themselves.
It was almost like they swapped. They like beamed. I don't know. It was and killed the other one. That's why I gave it a B. I was like, I can't. Like, if you'd explained that
a little bit
me,
better, then
maybe get an A.
It's definitely.
I can't go higher than B because of that.
No, and I won't go lower than B either because it's a good episode.
It is a good episode, but it was just that was bizarre. I was like, I literally said, so what did they like beam and kill the other version or something? It was just like,
All right, next up,
it really is a murder.
A taste of Armageddon.
Yes. So this is one of the times that Kirk destroys a supercomputer.
Oh, I gave you're gonna give me shit. I gave this an S. I gave this one an S.
I
like this. Yeah.
This is one of
with the disintegration chambers.
Yeah.
This episode.
Yeah.
No, this is
The thing about this episode. This is one of the TOS episodes that has a strong message, but does it really well.
Believe me, when I get into thinking about current
that's what makes it a thing to be avoided.
And, like the 20th century history and everything. And that this was a huge play off of the fact that they'd just come off of 2 world wars and the Korean War, just like
and Vietnam,
and everybody that was on this show
Vietnam was going on.
It was spinning up. And that's the bad part. It was getting heavier.
Isn't this the one that's like death, disease, like
that's
isn't
what
that
war is all about?
That's what war is all about. That's what makes it a thing to be avoided.
Exactly. You make it too clinical, and that but no, it's that's why for me as
I love that
definitely,
line too. Sir, there's a multi-legged creature on your shoulder.
There's a death, disease, destruction, horror.
No, this episode only got stronger for me as I got older and more aware of the world. Like, it's a really good episode.
So there we go. S tier on that one.
Yeah.
Next up, the Squire. And Planet X.
You got a super chat. Planet X says he thinks it's the best episode. It's probably my third favorite. I wouldn't disagree with you, man.
It's a classic.
It's definitely in my top 5. Definitely in my top 5.
I would put it in top 5. It actually only gets an 8 out of 10 on IMDb, but I would put it. in
I love that line too, Anthony. The haggis is in the fire for sure. Yeah. That episode has a lot of great lines in it. So.
The one with Q. I mean, the one with Q.
The one with not Q.
But no, this is where I swear to God, I actually wrote this in my notes. This is where Seth MacFarlane got the voice for Stewie from. Because like at the end when he's like crying to his parents,
he's
like, I almost won. But I was going to win. You know.
Yeah.
And Thomas Potts with a go ahead.
Another super chat.
So, oh my God, is there a single episode Jason knows instantly? Fire Jason.
Hey, I already said I am by far the latest of the three of us.
Actually, the second he put this,
episodes.
hold up, the second he put this poster up, you said the one with Q.
No,
like
I knew
that,
it.
So
Yeah,
come on.
I knew exactly what this is. Yeah.
So there you go, Thomas. You're wrong. He knew this one instantly.
Yeah.
The
So,
Squire of Gothos. What did I
Squire
give this
Gothos,
one?
I love this episode. I
gave this one a A-/B plus, and then I wrote in parentheses Stewie Griffin.
I
if-
love the fact that like he calls Uhura a Nubian prize.
I know, yeah.
Welcome to the 60s.
Yeah. So
Right.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that episode. And I think if you had to ask me a long time ago what I thought of it, I wouldn't be as high praise as I am now, because comically enough, because of the fact that we're all convinced that this was an accidental
origin
Q.
of Q. Yeah.
Yeah. So his parents were the little green misty like this could still be the Q. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know.
You know,
Well, and
it really could.
Honestly, there are interviews where they said Q was loosely based on Trelane.
And they even say in Lower Decks, there's this funny
they've got
line where
like
she-
a
they-
Trelane problem or
a
whatever.
Trelane thing going on right
Yeah.
now or something. Yeah.
So what are we gonna? So
I'm an
this
A.
I said I said A-B plus. So if you want to do A, I'm cool with A.
All right, so we'll do A.
It's up to you, Michael.
No, I'm
Okay.
good with A for the Squire Gothos.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, and this is actually the second appearance of the Salt Monster was in this one. So there's the
except
it got vaped.
yeah.
He was like, ooh, ooh.
All right.
No, he was like, that's like he was totally Stewie Griffin. I'm sorry,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where Seth MacFarlane got the voice from.
Yeah.
All right, we got 5 left in season 1.
Damn, we're flying through these. That's awesome. Right on.
Next up,
At least it feels like we are.
So yeah, we're not going to be super late tonight. So
Yeah.
Next up, Shore Leave.
There goes Alice.
You know what's funny?
The writers,
she's
the
10 feet
writers were
tall.
taking some serious acid. With
when we were
No, they were
filling
listening to
time-
Jefferson Pilot the whole time. They were.
Yeah. When we were filling time, someone asked if there was an episode of one of the original series or TNG we would want to remake, and it was actually this is the one that I picked.
Yeah,
Yeah. I wrote.
it's a fun episode.
It is. No, I love it. And I wrote, where is it? Shore Leave. I put B plus A minus is what I put on my notes.
See,
It's kind of like a B for me.
So we got, let's see what the chat says. Thomas
I
says
would say
B.
A,
Michael
so-
says A. Kronos says C. Planet X says F. Wow. Alex says B. I said A minus B plus. So
I think if they had
Trustin says B.
So B.
So
looks like it's
I guess it sounds like it's a B.
I would give it an A, but I'll go B.
I would too.
If there was a little bit better of an explanation on,
Come on, it's one of those like be
caretaker
careful.
guy.
It's like be careful what you wish for
Yeah.
kind of episode. You know, it's a lesson from
But
it.
it was like
'cause-
surprise butt sex. Be careful what you wish for, because because they show up and they have no idea what's going on, and then the planet's like, haha, I could kill you and bring you back to life, but I'm not going to explain this till later.
yeah.
So it's kind of
So Malphus says A. Anthony says B.
So B seems to be the consensus.
Yeah. all
I
right.
would give it an A, but
Kronos with the
I vote-
the
I would've given it
caption
an A
name
too.
for the episode. Deej is doing what?
yeah, Deej is in this one. Yeah.
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 All right. Next up, we have Operation Annihilate.
Annihilate.
The only.
Oh, this is the
episode-
one where Kirk's brothers dies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played by Kirk with a cheap mustache. glued
Yeah.
onto it.
Yeah. I gave this B plus A minus in my notes.
Yeah.
It's like
So
Okay, so look, Operation Annihilate. I think the alien concept is really cool. This is a total alien. I mean, like it's not only is it not humanoid, It's
Yeah.
not even remotely like us.
It's almost like a
Yeah.
It's almost like a.
I call it. I said it's the proto Borg.
in a
Because
sense, yeah.
they assimilate people and force them to do what they want.
It's Bioborg.
Yeah, it really is. So I actually really like this episode, and not to mention, and Darren Wagner, if you're listening, got to give you credit for this because you pointed this out. Only episode with a exclamation point in the title.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
It's true.
but no, it's
No, like I said, I put
Actually,
A minus
you know
B
what's
plus in my
terrible?
notes.
is now it's going through my head is it would take a mountain of work to do, but someone cut loose and do a re-edit and replace the little frisbees of plastic with miniaturized Daleks and call it Operation Exterminate.
exterminate.
So
All right, so
How many-
I would say A, you say B, right?
I said A.
I thought you said B.
I'm a B, but I won't fight the A. For me, the thing that was always hard to get past was the goofiness of the.
No, to be honest, in my notes, I said A minus B plus, but if you're saying A, Michael, I'd like to give it an A. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next.
All right. How many do we have left?
We have 3 left.
All right. You want to take another ad break?
Okay.
All right.
Best thing to do, but that.
I wonder if there's any good movies out this weekend.
Would you like me to recommend you some new movies?
Oh my god, what was that?
Hello, my name is Lit. I am your in-car information system. I can give you recommendations for any type of entertainment. Would you like to hear about the most popular movies in theaters today based on critic scores from Rotten Apples?
Okay, yeah, I would actually.
The #1 movie in the country this weekend is about a homosexual chipmunk who learns how to play chess. This 4-hour epic displays 10 full chess matches in real time.
No, absolutely not. That sounds literally horrendous. I can't even believe that's real.
Okay, well, the second highest rated movie, with 98% on Rotten Apples, is about a poor starving girl living in the 1920s who finds refuge in a cannibalistic swinger commune, where they
All right, so
You're like, I'm done with this. I can't even finish this.
I do like that ad. I've seen that one before, but Criticless. Check it out if you're not already on Criticless.
I'm trying to get us some free swag, dude. Come on, give me a break.
and Brian was on with us last week. The guy that
Blaine.
Sorry,
A couple
the guy-
weeks ago.
Yeah, the guy that owns the site, and he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So show him some
Fellow
love.
Carolina boy.
Yeah, show him some love. Go over there, check it out. Maybe review a movie or two if you want.
Hey, and it wouldn't hurt if you said Salty Trekker sent you,
That's
or Dork
true.
Knight, or
That's true.
that
The-
geeky Canuck.
The
Yeah.
nerd fights.
Any of us for Nerd Fights gang. Yeah, there you go. That's even better. The Nerd Fights gang sent us.
All right. So next up of our final 3, you ready? The Naked
The
Time.
Naked Time, the one where Sulu swashbuckles with his shirt off, all oiled and greasy.
I got to give this one an S. I'm not gonna lie.
This is. I know it was done first, so of course it's going to probably be done right. But
I
this
put
is
S
drunk
minus A
disease.
plus.
This
Yes,
is drunk
yeah.
disease done right because
Yeah.
As opposed to the Naked Now, which is
they made an absolute hash of it in TNG.
Yeah.
yeah. But this.
No, I'll agree with. I gave it S minus A plus. So if you want to give it an S, I won't argue with you.
I'd be fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because and the whole idea is that it's because this is an early episode, is to reveal character traits.
Now, actually, here's a good way for people to be able to judge whether they like or dislike this episode.
So Spock's a crybaby deep down inside. Is that what you're saying?
if
no, but
if anyone watched, so this is here's the litmus test I just realized should probably apply. For anyone who'd seen this episode before they watched TNG, which I did, I'd managed to catch it before I saw TNG. And if your reaction when you watched the TNG episode was to roll your eyes
yes.
at it being terribly derivative and clear and obvious, then that means you actually like the original version.
Well, I think the original version is awesome.
Yes.
Oh, I do too. I love this episode. But back to my question.
Yes.
So are you saying Spock is deep down a crybaby like me?
No.
Because don't you remember when because they said it
it made
it brings to the surface like hold up, super chat.
So Alex says they should have hooked up Kirk and Rand in this. Except, you know what? I think that again, this episode, the whole point of it, Alex, is to reveal character traits. And Kirk was that he could never have a relationship with a woman because he's got the Enterprise.
Yeah,
because he has the Enterprise.
Yeah, and yeah. Now I know why it's called she. You know, because the Enterprise is his life. He can never have a real relationship. You know, as far as Spock being a crybaby, no, I think it's a Spock hates the fact that he can't show his human half.
He was, that's true. You know, and he was like talking about his mom.
Yeah.
You know, that scene was actually
what you do have.
Yeah.
If you were an original series character, you'd have to be Spock because Spock has serious mommy issues.
Yeah, no, especially you guys you laugh it up, guys. But after watching the Naked Time,
yeah,
I really related to Spock because you know it's been a long time since I've seen that episode.
Wait until we go to season 2, we get Journey to Babel, because in that one Spock, I mean, he without spores and without drunk disease, you see him almost come to tears over his mom.
It's his mother, man. Come on.
Yeah, but he's a Vulcan.
I can't be the only mama's boy here. Come on, guys. Back me up in the chat. I can't be the only mama's. No, I can't be the only mama's boy. I love my mama. Clearly, she's my biggest fan. She's always following me around on these
crazy adventures.
Yeah, online adventures. But
all right, second to last episode. Come on. There we go. Mud's
women.
This skeezy creep. Oh my God.
Harry Mudd.
Although I did. Oh, Uhura is in gold again in this episode, and basically Harry Mudd is a sex trafficker. Let's get that.
Yeah. Oh, and not only
straight.
That, but the Federation seems to be okay with it.
Yeah.
This is one of those episodes where you actually start finding out what the Federation is and isn't actually.
So I may. This was the third episode shot, by the way.
Yeah.
For the fourth if you count the cage, but third series proper shot.
Yeah.
And I might have been stoned because I put A minus S plus or S minus A plus. So
I think that's
a
little high.
And that's why I said I might have been stoned, because thinking about it now, I'd be like, it's probably more like a B.
It's a B episode.
It's not horrible, but man, it's got some issues. And I do hate the fact that they charge him with failure to respond to a starship's call and traveling without a navigation.
He should have been charged with sex trafficking.
And he's meanwhile, he literally says these women are his cargo.
Yeah.
You know,
the F, man. I mean, I know it's the 60s, but come on. I mean,
hey, minors.
Was this before? This was before or after women had the right to vote? I don't know. Help me out.
It was after they had the right to vote, but before they were allowed to have a credit card.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right. B.
All right. So B.
What's the chat say? Hold up. We got.
It only gets a 6.7.
D. A plus. Wow, that's okay. Random.
It only gets a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah. All right. So last episode. Which one is
Mary.
it? You guys should know. Yep. There you go. Mary.
It's Mary. I watched this one.
I say F all the way, but go ahead.
No, I don't. I watched this one this morning, and actually quite enjoyed it. It was the Yeoman Rand. This is her this is her episode. She gets the most screen time she gets in any episode in this episode. And
I hate this episode.
I always tried to get you to look at my legs. Look at my legs. Look at my legs. And it's got all the disease on it.
Meanwhile, Kirk.
Other than
Kirk is seducing.
No, he's not. First of all, he even says the last line of the episode is something to the effect of, I'm not into older women. Super chill.
There we go.
Oh,
Thomas with the bribe. And I do accept bribes.
Oh, look at this.
He does, but I don't. I want to show you. Look at this. No. Look at this. Can you see this?
No, because the camera betrays you. It doesn't think you're there anymore, so it blurs out.
So what did you give Mary?
You gave it an A?
I gave it an A.
It's
I like this episode a lot, and I did not see the whole pedophilia thing.
Yeah,
he was just using his charms to manipulate her into helping him,
and
which
on
is something I would do.
Prepubescent girl.
No. First of all, she's not, because she starts getting the disease, which means she's she's over 300 years old. And the last line of the episode is, "I'm not into older women."
No, she starts getting the disease, which means she was just going into puberty.
But to Danny's point, all these kids are like a bajillion years old.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
Kids,
yeah, but they're
quotes.
not a bajillion years mature.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got F.
Yeah, Thomas says Kirk didn't know that yet, so he's defending you, Mike. Yeah. So
no, I literally wrote A. I'm not going to die on that mountain, but I'm not letting you give it an F. I like this episode. I actually like
it. For me, it's a solid episode.
At this point, Danny, you want to raise it, you got to give me money because I was bribed.
So Anthony says B. Trustin says D.
I'll tell you, I'll bump it up to an F from F.
Bump it up to an F.
What? No. You put that back in the middle.
No.
You give me a minute. You said if I paid you, I'm working on it. You bastard.
It's a very solid B for me.
Wow, you would give it a B?
Yes.
Shit, I gave it an A. So, what are you talking about?
Hey, what are you guys smoking? And can I get some?
Well, it is legal
do you really
up
want
here everywhere, and you don't have to. You need nothing. You just go to the store here.
Yeah.
You just have to be over 18 or whatever.
Do they have it like at the grocery stores there?
Practically.
They have their dispensaries. They got their own thing.
Well, we have in New Brunswick, at least, we have the liquor store. Mm. And then we have the cannabis store.
Well, I want to.
Well, that's kind of how it is here in Vegas. We have they're called dispensaries.
Yeah, but I've seen some of the stuff they have in Canada, and it looks like they have more fun with it. So.
Well, if you go to the reserve, there's all kinds.
I told you to leave it in the middle, you bastard! Don't you dare put it on F.
Hey, I haven't seen any money yet. So.
Well, it's coming. It's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's all right. Once it pops up, I can.
Super chat.
And he beat him by a penny. So there.
All right. So Danny says A. Thomas paid for F. So that puts it up to a C.
Ooh.
Oh, but Jason said B.
Yeah, but money gets priority. So you gave it an A.
Oh, God. Dang it. Okay, hold up. Let me do this again.
Just hold on. I'll do my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to go law of averages here. I can't. I gotta respect Thomas.
Man.
So no matter how much. Okay, the Thomas.
Oh, you bastard, Thomas. Super chat.
All right, so that brings it.
No, it ain't over.
No.
It ain't over.
It ain't over yet, damn it. Yeah. We're fighting over this one. I actually really did enjoy this episode.
I can't believe you guys love this episode.
I do have questions, though. I do have questions. Like, they never explain, how was there an exact replica of Earth?
Yeah, that makes no sense. We're both clicking on it. All right, I'm stopping.
Sorry.
I'm
Okay, good. All right.
Oh,
there we go. Super chat.
With a 20 Canadian, it says I win. Except here's the problem: you didn't put a grade in it.
He already said B.
I'm on the show.
Okay.
He's on the damn show, man. It's a B.
All right. $20. I got to honor that unless
all right. Man, we actually flew through this. We didn't even do 2 hours. We could shoot the shit for a little bit. I'm surprised we went through this so fast. Yeah.
That's.
You really wanted to give this an F? Like, now that we have some time, explain yourself, sir. Why would this get an F?
He is like super creeped out by the fact that
Kirk. I don't like. Look, I understand Kirk uses his charm.
It's a pretty name for a pretty girl.
Yeah,
very pretty.
Exactly.
See, now you're making it creepy, Danny.
You see, you just nailed it. Thank you so much.
What's funny is when I was watching it, I literally said out loud, "Wow, Captain Creepy."
Exactly. He says
Still a
that-
good episode.
he
Still a good
says that
episode.
to a child.
She's not a child.
She is a child. Just because.
First of all, you got to remember Carrie didn't get her period till she was 18. So back in the 60s,
Jesus.
they're it's not like it is today. It's not like it is today. No, it's not like it is today. So like my daughter, which I fucking hated. I wish it would have happened later.
You hated your daughter?
No. I hated the fact that she hit puberty at 12. That was too fucking young. You know, and I wasn't ready for it, and she started hating me. I was Superman to her. I was her favorite person on earth until she started bleeding out of her fucking vagina. Back in the day, back in the day before hormones and milk and all this other bullshit they pump into food, you know, women didn't get their periods until they were like 16, 17. Like I said,
not
Carrie
quite
was
that late, but definitely not as early as it is lately.
That's not.
Yeah,
true.
you know.
Think about it. Matt, look, you can go back hold on. I'm going to raise you 2,000 years ago. Women were typically getting married at the age of 14 because they were on their period.
Yeah, because they were having babies by 16.
I thought it was 15.
You could
No, it was
14 was.
You know what?
very
I would have been
accurate.
happy with 14. I would have got 2 extra years with my baby girl instead of her
Yeah.
becoming a woman and hating her
I don't
dad.
know,
And
Michael.
everybody's like, "Oh, she'll
I-
come around. She'll come around when she's like 20." I don't want to fucking wait that long, man.
Michael, you are 100% right. This is the wrong conversation.
Yeah, I know. So,
It's because he ended on Mary. It's his fault.
However,
it's his
I will
fault.
I will bring up a point of defense for Shatner and how he delivered these lines. The actress was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That doesn't mean anything.
It
Hold up,
means
Ben-
a lot
Ben-
when it's influencing whether or not you are actually creeped out or not.
Ben says we missed an episode. Did we?
What episode did we miss?
What did we miss,
2, 3,
Ben?
4,
'Cause
5,
I've got
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Space
11, 12,
Seed.
13,
We didn't do
14.
Space
Oh,
Seed.
whoops.
How did we miss Space Seed?
Holy cow.
And that's an S. Yeah, we didn't do Space Seed, episode
that goes
22.
right
Let
to
me-
S.
Let me
Yeah.
check and see.
Boss,
Yeah,
boss
you didn't
the
do Space
plane.
Seed, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, good call, Ben. Good call.
Yeah.
What the heck happened there, man?
Yeah.
Heat on that.
Yeah. I mean, good. Let's end on a high
On a
note.
high
Space
note,
Seed is
yeah.
definitely an S.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Shatner's acting up against a 20-year-old, and you're expecting him to instinctively,
Wow, I don't have an icon for Space Seed. I don't know what happened.
Do you need me to send you a picture for it?
Well, if you have it, yeah. PNG, please.
PNG.
If you have it. Do you have like the poster like these, or do you have something?
Yeah, no, that's how I made the thumbnail. I'm just
Okay,
pulling
yeah.
up my Photoshop file and I'll just
Are you
peel it out of
emailing
there.
it to me, or?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what
I'm just asking.
right?
Okay,
It's like,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, he's like,
Kill some time while I do this, you know.
Hey everybody, how's it going? We're looking for Space.
Oh, I pulled up the wrong thumbnail. That was a search for Spock. Sorry.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Space Seed is coming up next. Your favorite Khan Noonien Singh abusing
So, let's see
women.
here.
He really is
He is. I will tell you, he is. Not only is he a perfect foil for Kirk because he's smarter, he's stronger.
It's actually the cover of the book. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, can you see my my book?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
that's Space Seed is the cover of the book. Yeah.
But
It's coming through now, Con.
okay, yeah. Khan is an absolutely horrific villain, and I mean that in a very complimentary way.
Yeah.
He's horrific in that he's horrifying, because you don't think there's any way to beat him, and you can see like the way
You said PNG, right? You prefer PNG?
yes, and the way
Okay.
that he abuses Marla MacGyver's.
Oh,
is-
yeah. That was.
is
His beloved
brutal.
wife.
Is brutal. That is absolutely brutal because.
But yet she's his beloved wife.
yeah, she's just like you and your freaking cat.
Wow. Wow. Michael.
If your
Crawford.
cat slapped you down and said, "Now you have to ask permission to stay," you would be begging the cat for.
So Goku's secret name is Khan Noonien Singh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You guys, come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, do you call your cat
Don't
John Harrison by chance? I just.
No. My cat's name is Goku. Check your email. It's coming through now, Con.
I'm waiting for it. I'm sitting there. Staring
should
at
be
my
there.
phone.
Refresh.
Look at my beautiful cat just chilling here. You see? Hold up. Yeah. Yeah.
Barely. It was
Yeah,
like
kinda-
for a moment
if I
there
do
was a
my
cat
hand,
there, and then all of a sudden it was
my
blurry.
hand.
It's almost like
Yeah.
could it hide a spaceship?
There we go.
Well, the blurring from there
he is.
Search for Spock. Yeah, I can see him. I'm just going off of Search for Spock with the whole.
He's snoozing. You better be glad he can't hear all your insults,
our
Michael.
terrible.
Well, because he's
Slanderous
freaking evil
comments.
cat. That's.
No, he's not.
I love the way you're trying to defend him. Like, oh, he's so sweet. He just abuses me because he can't help it. All right, here he goes.
It was an
Space Seed.
accident. No, you good. You got it.
All right, so are we just going to give it an S, or is this an S plus?
Oh, I gotta go.
Oh.
So
I'll
okay,
do
here's
S plus.
here's the question: rating without forward knowledge or rating with all knowledge? With all knowledge,
without knowing that. You mean as
without
far as-
knowing that con was going to be a thing the way it is.
It's still at least a solid S.
Oh, for me, it's
it's a
S,
solid.
but-
No, it's
but
definitely
S-
an S. But
if
with
we
my
go
knowledge
all,
of the
it's
Wrath
S
of
plus.
Khan,
It's S
it's S
plus.
plus. So I get what
Yeah.
Jason's saying.
Yeah,
so
I will tell you. My favorite line in that episode is, "They have my ship." In the captain's log, never heard a captain's log quite so emotional as that one. Discarding their own worthless vessel.
are you familiar with the works of Milton, Captain?
Yeah.
I would say this is that even when I was a kid, I wanted there to be a sequel because of the way this episode ended.
Well, especially with the Spock's line, it would be interesting to come back around and see when
I was always
crop had sprung from the seed you planted.
I was always disappointed throughout the 70s that they never went back to SETI Alpha 5.
You must have lost your mind when Con came out then.
Oh man, I will tell you, the first time when I saw the poster, I don't know if you remember, the poster shows the Enterprise firing phasers, and you can see the roll bar of the Reliant.
Yeah,
but that's all you can see, so you can't tell what it's really shooting at.
Mm-hmm.
And it said Star Trek to the Wrath of, and it looked, KHAN or KA, however you spell it.
KHAN, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
KHAN.
the Wrath of Khan? Huh. Oh, well. And then I saw a trailer, and they showed...
Hold up. Cover your ears. This is SETI Alpha 5!
Yes. They showed in the trailer, they showed Chekhov going, "We found him on SETI Alpha 5." And I was like, holy crap. And I was so excited. But yeah, I would still give it an S plus because of the feeling it left me with. I want a sequel, really.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with S plus. It's definitely, it's my,
and I got
in that, and it's funny in that order. Those are my top three TOS episodes in that order that we have it up there in the S plus.
Not for me. I honestly, Space Seed is definitely top 5 for me. Balance of Terror is number 1 for me, hands down.
City on the Edge of Forever has always been my number 1. But I'm
really loved it.
Softy.
Yeah. But yes, the Balance of Terror has always been your big go-to. You made a lot of content about it over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, and I will fight people, and I know Thomas hates me for it, but I will fight people. It's the size of the Romulan Empire, the way the map works. I know all the details of that episode. Yeah. And so, I love that episode. Now, looking at this, so now that we've got all the episodes on the board.
Almost looks like a middle finger. Kind of looks like it's giving you the finger.
Out of the first season,
like this.
Only one F, only one D. Only 3 C's, right? This is a very, very top-heavy season.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see any season in all of Trek that matches this.
The only one that I would fight you on that, and I'm a big DS9 guy, so if we get to DS9 rankings like this, oof.
Oh, dear God, man. Wow, that'll be a ton of homework.
That's going to be a lot of homework. But hey, I'll do it, but that's going to be some homework.
But first, there's a couple of seasons in Deep Space Nine that are just absolute
I don't know.
smashers.
I think you're seeing it through selective vision because you don't think about all the episodes in between the Dominion War episodes.
Well, and Deep Space Nine doesn't really get its stride, and it doesn't really get good until season 3. So like seasons 1 and 2 will be like a chore.
Yeah,
I will tell you,
season
one of TNG is going to be the opposite of this.
Season 1
Yeah,
of TNG.
yeah.
Season 1 of TNG is probably going to have
Conspiracy.
three
That's a good
F-minuses.
episode.
Yeah.
Conspiracy's a good episode.
Well, yeah, but
I'd give that.
conspiracy,
you know.
conspiracy will be like the only one in the S tier, and then we're gonna have all the stuff in the F- and F tier and D.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like yeah. I mean, I don't even know like
crap.
like there are certain seasons of some of these series. I don't even know if we need to bother. It's like
Oh, but
like,
that'll be
right?
fun. That's the whole point.
well, but it'll be fun filling up the F column. Is that what you're doing? Okay,
He just wants to see us squirm.
It's like,
That's all.
Encounter
He
at
wants to torture us.
Farpoint. The only thing good out of that whole episode is Q was created. The Naked Now, Code of Honor, The Last
Oh yeah,
Outpost.
that's what I
Where
said.
no
Code of
one has
Honor-
gone before. Lonely Among Us, Justice.
That's why I'm saying it's going to be interesting to compare this to season 1 of TNG.
Oh, season 1 of
Oh,
TNG is 100%
is-
fail. Like, well,
Yeah.
99% fail. Because
I mean,
okay,
there's not a bar low enough for Code of Honor, for example. I mean, come on.
Well, that's why we go F-. I think
That's
I
a
think
cringe episode.
Code of
My
Honor
God.
is an F- episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
season 1 is so bad that as much as I love John Delancey as Q, even Hyde and Q is just not good.
Is that the one where they make Riker into a Q? Or
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such
Haven, the big
Hey,
big goodbye.
Haven's the one with the people that screw, right?
I guess I should be careful with these snaps. Oh no. Where'd I go?
No,
There we go.
Haven was something else. You're thinking of the plant the
Justice.
Justice is
Yeah.
the stupid one where they should have killed Wesley Crusher.
Yeah. I love that one.
Shut up, Wesley.
All right, so and Thomas says Enterprise season 4 will have a lot of A's and S's. That's true, but I don't think it'll be quite as good as this.
I
the
agree.
Biners, the only 2 episodes that for me are very solidly good episodes from season 1.
Michael,
are-
help us out. Are we? You know, because I have them all written down. So I'm going to name them all out. I've got in
1,
order
2, 3,
the man,
4,
because I wrote
5, 6,
the Man Trap, Charlie X, Where No Man Has Gone Before, The Naked Time, The Enemy Within, Mud's Women, What Little Girls Are Made Of, Miri, Dagger of the Mind,
28. Ooh,
The
we
Corbomite
are.
Maneuver,
We are.
the Menagerie Part 1 and 2, The
We're
Conscience
missing
of the
1,
King,
not
Balance
2.
of
We're
Terror,
only
Shore Leave, Galileo 7, The Squire of Gothos, Arena, Tomorrow's Yesterday, Court Martial. We didn't do Court Martial.
Dang it.
Court Martial,
That's the
okay.
one we're missing. Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only one we're missing at this
Yeah.
point?
Yes.
Okay.
Where that finny fuck framed Kirk. Oh god.
That was actually a good episode too. It was.
Do you need that image as well? I have my
Yeah,
Photoshop
if you
file
got
still
if
pulled
you
up.
got a handy, sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't have them handy right now.
All right. Which that's episode
20.
20. All right.
So we apologize, people. That's entirely on me.
Hey, we're making great time, so it's all good. Save. Export,
Yeah, but I smell dinner
PNG.
cooking, so you know.
Mike's like, I gotta go.
Well, this is your fault, buddy.
Man, I don't look. This episode is so bad in my brain that I don't
Court-martial?
even remember it.
Court Martial. I gave Court Martial an A.
I must
in my
have
notes
only
here.
ever seen this once.
I would give court martial a low S, high A.
I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I gave it an A.
You don't remember where Kirk is put on trial for ejecting the pod?
Apparently, like supposedly he ejected a pod and killed somebody, and
He was
his
actually
daughter
charged-
came and
Yeah, he was actually charged with perjury and negligence.
I'm gonna have to abstain. You guys can just slap it to the top of the list or whatever, and I guess I'm gonna have to watch this.
you don't
before
remember.
I
You
go
don't
to-
remember this episode?
It's actually, it's their version of Measure of a Man. It's their
When I look,
Yeah.
at-
Check your email. Check your email. It's coming through now, Con.
When I look at pictures from IMDb of this episode, the only one that really stands out to me is
He says Return of the Archons is also missing, and he's right. Let me get that
Man.
file, and I'll send it to you. Damn, Michael.
I am sorry, guys. That's on me. I just downloaded the whole batch for season 1, and obviously it missed a couple.
And that's episode 21. So it's the one right after. Wow.
when the admiral or the commodore or whoever in the red with the bell beside him, I think that's about the only bit. And then the magic palm reader thing. That's
actually, I can't believe I really do want to talk about the Return of the Archons when we get to that one, because it's basically the Purge.
That's the only that's the only thing I can really think of from that episode. I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
Yeah, it's actually a good episode.
It is a good episode. Yeah.
All right, so what are we gonna give it an A then, Danny?
I gave it an A. Yeah, I gave it an A. Yeah.
All right.
Landrew.
All right, so did you already send me Landrew?
Huh?
So yeah, and Return of the Archons. Did you send it yet?
It's coming through now, Con.
Right.
Check your email.
Now the funny thing, while we're waiting for it to come in, the interesting thing about Return of the Archons, this is the first supercomputer that Kirk outsmarts.
It is, but also, I literally wrote in my notes, this must be where they got the idea for the Purge from. Because remember their festival or whatever they called it?
That would not
is basically the Purge. Is basically the Purge.
Yeah. Come to the
it's like everybody killing. Yeah. Super chat.
I can't see it. Can you read
Matthew knows more of Trek than Jason. I never claimed to know everything about Trek.
Well, the sad thing is, you see, Jason doesn't even remember a whole episode of the original series.
The Return of the Archons was also, I wrote in my notes, not only is it like the Purge, it's kind of a rip-off of the Wizard of Oz, except instead of a man, it's a computer running everything behind the curtain. Remember that?
Yeah.
Borrowed themes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I gave it an A in my notes, so that's whatever you guys.
Yeah, it's a good episode for me.
Beware the red hour. Might as well say beware the Purge.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that if you look carefully, and I mentioned this in one of my shorts, if the lawgiver, the guys in the cloaks, the first lawgiver is played by Sid Haig, who is legendary in horror movies.
Oh, we've talked about this one other week. I forget when it was, but it wasn't that long ago. Like months ago, we were talking about
even Planet X says Purge Town. He gives it an A. What else we got here? Let's see. We've got Ben One Eye gives it a C. Yeah. Michael gives it a D. Wow.
This is the
Trustin gives it a B. Kronos gives it an A. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with it.
I think it's an A.
Yeah, I think it's a solid A. Yeah, there we go. So now that makes the original series season 1 look even better.
Yeah. Even more like a middle finger. Yeah.
You are not of the body. Yeah.
You are not of the body.
There we go. All right. So take your screenshots now, because this is the best season in all of Trek, I'll bet.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right. So with
Gavin says S.
You know what, Gavin? I think it's borderline S, but it's just not quite there. It does.
Look who came to join us at the end of the show.
Oh,
my abusive girlfriend.
You're abusive. Go get him. T'Pring's been sleeping this whole time, but
look at him! Look at this! Look at him loving on me. How he's such a
he's being all gentle.
Yeah, wait. I'm just waiting any second now. It's like that Galaxy Quest. Yeah, soon they're gonna turn ugly somehow, and there's gonna be a million more of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man! All right, so see,
there we go.
Super chat.
Yeah, Return of the Archons was definitely a pilot candidate. They definitely could have done.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And Alex, on this one, would probably agree then. I really liked Return of the Archons. I mean, A is a good grade. You know, so need more tongue, says Kronos. I'm not sure what you
probably from the cat. I don't know. Anyway.
Kronos, I think you need help, buddy. All right, So with that, we'll wrap up today. Thank you guys, especially those of you that donated. Thank you so much because
thank you guys. It was a
that
good stream. This was
literally
fun.
Keeps us going.
This was Thomas's idea, right? I want to give him credit.
Yes, this
right?
was Thomas's idea to start ranking.
Great idea, bro. Like, yeah, this was fun. Yeah.
So next week we're going to rank season 2. Tomorrow we're going to be watching Star Trek 4.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Patreons.
Whales
and
George and Gracie,
makeshift
baby.
Solar sails and
we should review that. Hold up. We should do Wednesday review the Valentine special for George and Gracie.
I don't know yet.
Oh yeah, I
don't
know.
think so,
I was waiting to see if Jason could do a Valentine's Day
it's
special.
my wife's birthday on the 13th, and then this is the first time in forever she's not had to work on Valentine's as well.
Right.
Oh well, then take your wife out. Don't hang out with us nerds. Yeah.
Or bring your wife on the show.
That is never going to happen.
Come on, man. I've had so many different people on the show at my house. Come on.
No, she is a total introvert. I get
Oh
it.
yeah.
She's
You will find her in a
once.
cabin in the woods with a stack of books.
The funny thing
Thomas, come on. This was your idea, buddy. Why are you mad at Jason? What's up?
Thomas is always mad at Jason.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Jason sucks, and Thomas understands it. But so remember, you are the salt of the earth. Jason is pretty much always wrong, and Danny is always late.
I'm a shameless shill. That's what I am.
Who are you shilling for now?
Criticless, baby.